Wedges, wedges, wedges. So many options. How do you pick the ones that are right for you? Hello everyone, Coach Lockey here. Yes, in today's video, we're talking wedges and things that you need to think about the next time you might think about purchasing some new wedges. New style wedges probably come out every 2 years or so from these companies. I've got the new Callaway Jaws Raw wedges here, and I want them to fit in my bag as well as possible. So where do you start? I start with the shot that I hate the most, and that's a bare lie. Rule number one when trying out new wedges, go to the spot that you hate the most. See if it improves your wedge play from that area, and then take it to the areas that you're confident with and see if it performs just as well as it normally does, because then you'll start gaining with your new wedges. So I've got a 56 degree, 10 degree of bounce and an S grind. And each one of those numbers and the letter is important because, first of all, the loft is important to get the right gapping throughout your set. Do you want to hit particular numbers so it blends into your lofted irons? Do you want 2 wedges? Do you want 4 wedges? Are you good at hitting full shots compared to half shots? These are all the things you need to be thinking about when you're purchasing your wedges and picking your lofts. I only have 2 specialist wedges in my bag, a 58 and a 51, and then I go into my pitching wedge. But lots of amateurs that I teach and fit, I don't fit much, but because lessons are kind of fits as well, and we're teaching, or I'm teaching people how to get better, and that includes the use of equipment as well. So what I do see with amateur golfers is that they're better at hitting fuller shots. So having 4 wedges in your bag might be more productive for you than only 2 like me, because I'm confident that I can hit a half shot, I can open the face, I can manipulate that club to get the result I want. Whereas amateurs, higher handicaps, tend to like doing one way and that's it. So having more selection of clubs will help you hit those different distances with a bit more confidence. So think about the lofts that you want. Do you need 2 wedges, 3, 4, 5? Is the top end of your bag really crammed when the bottom end should be? Something to think about. The next number on the bottom of my club, 10, and that's the degree of bounce. And bounce is the difference between this leading edge here of the club and the trailing edge. See that the trailing edge is higher than the leading edge? That slope basically is the degree of what is on the bottom of this club, and that's 10 degrees. So do you want more or less bounce? Well, that will depend on what type of short game player you are, what sort of courses you're playing at. And again, going back to my first point, the bounce that you might want might be to help that one shot that you're not so good at. And then if your bounce is absolutely fine for the shots you're good at already, then I would suggest getting a bounce that helps you with the shot that you're not so good at. So the type burnt out lies that I've got here, I might want to go for something that's got a little less bounce so I can get that leading edge a little tighter to the ground and get that club underneath the ball a little bit easier. Flown that a little bit too far. If you struggle out of bunkers, you might want lots of bounce so it stops that club digging into the sand and taking all the energy away to stop that ball popping out. The technique that you use, are you someone that is steep into the ball, cuts across it? Are you shallow into it? These kind of different techniques will affect what bounce you might want. But always head back to that shot that you're not so good at. See if it helps you improve it, and then go to the shots that you're already confident on. That's going in. Oh, and see if you're still good and confident at those shots. And lastly, the little letter, the grind of your new wedges. Now, all manufacturers will have a bundle of different grinds, and they're basically removing material all around the sole of this club to help you get the best interaction with that ground possible. I don't know if you can see on this S grind, they've taken a little bit off the leading edge here and a little bit off the back. So if you're a person that manipulates the golf club, opens the face a lot, you might want to find a grind that helps you when you open that face, so the bounce of that club doesn't sit the leading edge too far away from the ground. Those sorts of ideas. There's so many options in loft, bounce and grind that you need to know what you want from your wedges to help you improve. Start off by heading to a place that you're not very confident with in the short game area and try and improve that area. Then see, are my good areas still just as good? That might help you improve your wedge game. Do you need a number of wedges or just a couple or one? Do you enjoy playing that one club and manipulating that loft to change trajectories, heights, how it's going to stop on those greens? Or are you a player that just likes to do one technique and one length of swing, so you'll need a lot more wedges to hit certain distances? Bounces, grinds, definitely where you're playing on what types of courses, how you are, or your technique into how you're playing these types of shots will definitely affect what sorts of bounces and grinds you need. And then also the relief on the bottom, the grind, will help you with the interaction that you get with the ground. So plenty to think about. And yes, wedges can be hard to source and find to be fitted, but lots of the big manufacturers now, like Callaway and their new Draws raw wedges, can be found in shops and at their fitting centres. So don't lose shots around the green. Start lowering your scores by making sure you have the right wedges for you. I hope that helps, and if I've missed anything in the comments down below, help each other out. What's helped you and your wedge game? What wedges do you have in your bag? What number of wedges do you have? What lofts, what's grinds, what bounces? I'd love to know in the comment section down below. Thanks all for watching. See you all in the next video.